I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, more than governance, we need Japanese powerful talent and all art, even in the radio together. The nation cries out for universal evil. You know my voice to millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, little children, victims of a system that makes men torture. And those who can hear me, do not spare. The minute is now upon us for the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish.
And this is the Zombie Annihilator filling in for Daryl Brooks tonight. He had a little bit of an issue. Seems like a family member got in an accident. So make sure to send those prayers out to him tonight as he goes and continues to be with his loved one tonight in his time of need while checking on them and making sure they're okay. For those that don't know me, I am the Zombie Annihilator, the host of the Wake Your Ass Up morning show. Today I'm going to talk about what he had in mind, and that's talking about his hometown of Trenton, New Jersey. And number one, I live in Greenville, South Carolina. So I'm a long way from Trenton, New Jersey. Town I live in, it's a growing town, but there's not many people to be considered an urban area. Originally, I'm from California, though. I'm from the southern part of California, so I'm used to living in an urban area, and I know exactly what it is to live in one of these places. Now, after getting a little overview of it last night and listening to his show, I kind of understood where he was coming from. So when this came about, I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and host the show tonight just so I can basically give my opinion of it. Help him out, and maybe everybody listening tonight can see it in the way that I look at it. Well, his biggest thing is, where's the news coverage on this shooting that happened in Trenton, New Jersey? And when I look at it, I went through and I tried to find some stuff on it, and there's very few articles, especially in mainstream news. I said there's a lot of local places covering it, but there's very, very little in mainstream news. It had a very short-lived life with mainstream news, which I was kind of like shocked with because 22 people injured and 1 killed. Okay, that's a big thing. And the way that gun proponents have been out there, and all of these people have, we need to take the guns away, we need to take this away, we need to take this away. Well, Trenton, New Jersey, and New Jersey is a very hard place to get a weapon, have a weapon, and one of those states that's like Chicago, that's like LA, California, Illinois, all these big urban city, New York City, that kind of thing. And so if you get where I'm going at with that, these places have some of the strictest gun laws around because they are in big cities. So they make these outlandish gun laws, and they keep guns away from everybody. Well, these same people are the ones that are crying for the same gun control. Why aren't they crying for it now in the place that has gun control? That gun control at its finest is being proven to be wrong. This is what I don't understand, and I never will understand. If you're going to cry about gun control, then cover all the issues. From what I gather, this was a 24-hour art festival. This included music, this included art, all forms of art and everything else. Sounds like a great idea. I mean, I would have, hey, why not? Something I probably would have went out to. But hearing this, I wouldn't even be closely interested in seeing anything like this. After dark, I may look at it during the daytime, but there's no way I'd go after dark. Simply for the fact that this is what it is. Now, if mainstream is so big on gun control, where were they when this happened? Where were they when all these gun violence and everything happens in Chicago? Where are they at then? Why aren't they screaming to the roofs for gun control then? In LA, when all those shootings happen daily, we're talking about 15 deaths in a day that most people don't hear about because they control what goes out to the big news sources in California. Why? Because that's Hollywood. They don't want it being look like there's a bad name with California. And when I say 15, that's just a round number. It can be worse, it could be less. But being less is very unlikely. Within Southern California, you look on average, you probably would have close to 20 to 50 deaths a day. Killings. Not just deaths, killings. We're talking gang on gang killings. We're talking about immigrants killing other immigrants, illegal immigrants. Let me rephrase that, not just immigrants, illegal immigrants killing other illegal immigrants. Stuff that's never reported. Why? Because they're not even citizens. So we don't even have to report that news. So where are the gun control liberals when it comes down to this part? Where are you then complaining about it? When it happens in a school, oh my God, we need gun control. But where are you when it's really happening? When it's really happening in these big cities that have the toughest gun control around? Where are you then? Why aren't you complaining about these gang members that get guns anyway? Do you not realize by taking the guns out of law-abiding citizens, it is not going to stop these criminals from getting guns? No matter what you think, the criminals will still get guns. Then what are we left with? We're left with getting shot, getting killed, because we have no way of defending ourselves. You say, let the cops defend ourselves. You know what the average time for a cop to get out in an urban area is? Yeah, it takes quite a while in an urban area for a cop to show up at your house. Even if it's a shooting issue. So, with that being said, where are your gun proponents then? Where are you saying, no, we need gun control? Where are you, little David Hogg? Why don't you go stick your ass down there in Trenton, New Jersey? Why don't you go complain about gun control in Trenton, New Jersey? You're such a big boy. You're big fame and big fortune. That's all you're worried about, big boy. Go sit in New Jersey. Haul your ass up to Chicago. Go sit in Chicago. Go on the west side of Chicago. Go roam around those areas down there. Then take your happy butt to LA. Go roam around in some of those areas down in LA. And then start crying about gun control. Because you have no clue of what you've lived through until you've lived through those areas. I grew up in an area like that. I know what it is to have to worry about having a gun just so you can make sure yourself is safe. Make sure yourself is going to be safe at the end of the day. That is what it is. You had to have a gun just to make sure you were safe. Yet, you still take the chance of going to jail because you're carrying a weapon. Now, from what I gather, it looks like a second suspect has been charged in the connection of the shooting at this all-night festival. So I'm digressing. I'm pushing away from the gun control and everything else. We'll get back onto that. But from the news that I have seen, and I've got a whole 4 articles here, so it's not going to take me long to go through these articles. I said it says that the second suspect has been charged in connection to the shooting at the